Welcome back. This is part 2 of a film study on Duran's use of lead forearm control on the inside. In this video, we'll be looking at how Duran set himself up to get lead forearm control and how he used it to set up punches. As part of the technical breakdown in part 1, we looked at how Duran used lead forearm control to set up his clinch walking, so that won't be included in this video. The first setup we'll look at is where Duran gets lead forearm control after punching his way in. Duran's most common tactics for getting inside all involved slipping right while coming in, usually after a jab or jab feint. His jab probed and measured range, his slip right helped him avoid counters to his jab and loaded his weight onto his back foot, letting him explode off of it to close the distance quickly and generate power on the rear hand punch he usually threw after his jab. Coming in this way also put his body in position to quickly get head to lead neck with minimal adjustment, which meant he was also positioned to quickly get lead forearm control.
Combinations too as well.
Duran feints a lead hook and slips right. Duran was extremely good at recognizing when an opponent was about to bend at the waist and timing them with a rear uppercut. He swims for lead forearm control as Palomino raises back up, then gets head to lead neck with minimal adjustment. Angling himself to the right of an opponent raising up from a waist bend creates a lane across the opponent's body for his arm to travel through.
Duran is not quite as accurate as he was in the first 3 rounds. This is a good fight. First time in the 2 or 3 to fight right back. Right from the very beginning. 5.
When getting inside, the conventional wisdom is that a boxer should avoid smothering himself by not stepping in too far, because it leaves him without enough space to punch and makes it easier for the opponent to clinch. However, Duran would often smother himself coming in, like we see here. He could get away with this because he was so good at quickly controlling his opponent's arms and adjusting his stance to either keep fighting on the inside or shutting the opponent down until the ref intervened. This meant he was able to fully commit to explosive footwork and power punching on his way in without worrying about smothering himself. The threat of his power and speed when coming in often got opponents to react by slipping or stepping back. If they stepped back, he would step in again with another punch, usually a lead hook. If they slipped down, he'd go for lead forearm control or lead bicep control after smothering, or step back and start punching. Additionally, since Duran didn't use a high guard, he makes contact with his chest when he smothers. This puts his arms in position to quickly control the opponent.
That Palomino may have a very slight cut somewhere around the
For reference, here's an example of lead bicep control after getting inside.
Palomino, who was down in the opening section.
Duran controls the bicep instead of the forearm.
Somehow it managed. He'll explode.
Duran slips the jab. His cross gets Palomino to step back and pull to his back foot. Duran follows up with a lead hook, but keeps the same head slot to make sure he ends up near head to lead neck. Palomino defends nicely with a rear cross guard and counter lead hook. Duran's forward momentum knocks Palomino back and he gets lead forearm control. Not having to worry about smothering himself means he can use his forward momentum as a weapon to pressure opponents and back them up.
Big punch by Duran, but not bothering his attack any. Palomino takes a terrific, although he's won other bouts, won 4 bouts against welterweight. This is the toughest man he's met. Number 1 contender.
Round number 13. Round 13, and I believe that Roberto senses that he's got the...
That right hand missed, the left hand underneath, no damage to Benitez by Duran. And Benitez snaps the head of Duran. Well, when it's putting his time is pretty much over. Duran has got in the 6th round. It was amazing, Barry. Both of these.
The next setup we'll look at is when Duran gets lead forearm control after throwing a lead hook to the head. The setup is pretty straightforward, as Duran's arm is in position for lead forearm control after the hook.
Palomino holding Duran against the rope. The inside. Now it's Duran taking the play away again. Palomino let go to unleash a barrage. Palomino. That vicious right hand shot to the Palomino to the canvas, and Carlos has never been knocked. Look at the uppercut. Firing back.
The next setup is the high rear underhook to lead forearm control.
Left hand by Benitez.
Bending the opponent's body over using his high rear underhook puts him in head to lead neck.
Be able only to lunge and lead. 2 to the stomach, 1 to the head. What's happened now? The head crowd comes alive, but there was little damage. With the right hand. Duran arm punching in large part, but nonetheless is a heavy-handed fighter. First fight with you, so whether that is going to be the case remains to be seen. A little blood again showing over the eye now, however. And once more, Benitez just doing what he has to do to keep his man off of him, and he has managed to do that. Fighting like a tired fighter right now. Benitez appears to be the stronger of the two. Duran just kind of...
The last setup we'll look at is when Duran gets lead forearm control after getting a lead underhook. The opponent's overhook usually holds above his elbow, but if he can retract his arm enough to pull his elbow free, it puts him in the forearm control position.
Leonard is reacting to every little thing, every little feint.
Duran used this setup much more against Benitez compared to other opponents. This was probably for 2 reasons: taking fewer punches to the body and not wasting energy on explosive punches that weren't landing. Benitez was aggressively targeting his body with hook combos in close range, so by clinching or smothering first, he can stop Benitez from punching, then infight from there.
Blood on the trunks of Wilfred Benitez. I haven't seen... Into the kidney scores that time by Duran, who holds on now. Piece here. I think if Duran had a big money fight, if he has his brothers with Sugar Ray Leonard. That right hand missed. The left hand underneath, no damage to Benitez by Duran. And Benitez snaps the head of Duran round as well. But Benitez has got to feel, I'm not going to get careless. I've got the fight pretty much in hand right now. Duran on the left of your screen in the...
Like other opponents, Benitez often slipped right after Duran's jab, expecting the cross to follow. Just like the waist bend, this gives Duran's lead arm a lane to travel through to secure the underhook.
The yellow trunks. Benitez has had a little... Benitez is starting to make Duran reach for his punch.
Duran was having trouble landing punches coming in, so he started to slip right and lead underhook more often.
This is exactly what he wants Duran to do so he can counter. Jab of Benitez, snaps back. I don't like the way Duran's coming in with his head down and not throwing any punches. This fight very easily by just moving, throwing punches, and scoring points. Unless he gets a little cocky and takes Duran for granted and tries to knock him out. Up for that overhand right. And what he's doing, he's throwing the left uppercut. Again, Benitez had Duran reaching. And Duran should not be reaching because he did not retaliate at all.
Duran threw 3 punches from lead forearm control: the lead hook, rear body hook, and rear uppercut. These punches weren't intended to knock opponents out, but to help them win rounds by landing when the opponent couldn't punch back, and to wear opponents down over time by denying them a chance to rest in the clinch. Let's start by looking at the lead hook. The opponent is open for the lead hook while Duran's arm is on top of theirs. Duran doesn't actually throw this too often, probably because he gives out lead forearm control when doing so.
Incredible effort. Only 10 seconds to go in the round.
Leonard fighting off the ropes, trying to spin out, trying to get distance. Roberto now back. All right, 53 seconds to go. Oh, great. Padilla.
He has a tendency to look in my direction.
He wants you, Ray. There's no question about it, but he's got one obstacle between himself and you right now, and that's the guy in the yellow trucks.
But I really believe my presence.
The next punch we'll look at is the rear body hook from lead forearm control.
That Duran is commanding right now. The difference in this fight is that Duran is fighting his fight, and Sugar Ray Leonard is not. He is being forced to fight Duran's fight, which is what you're seeing right now. He has been in the trenches with him.
That vicious right hand shot to the jaw sent Palomino to the canvas, and Carlos has never been knocked.
The last punch we'll look at is the rear uppercut from lead forearm control.
Very ineffective.
Duran only pulls his head up to make space right before the punch lands, then brings it back down right after.
Break him when he wants to. I think these two guys take it. Unbelievable. Leonard fighting back, comes Duran, and they're back on the ropes. Leonard hasn't lost his hands. This is, if you can call this round slow, this is the first.
See those quick hands of Palomino, though. That's what you think is hurt. Incredible effort.
Right hand, but he's coming back fighting. Now this is stupid of Leonard to get stuck on her.
He's holding on, but he can't tie up Duran for too long. Good left hand by remaining in the round.
Angelo thinks Roberto is vulnerable in the body. He hurt Leonard with that left hook. Go underneath that left hand with a right uppercut to the body. I must tell you, this has been a good round for Leonard. Just the great hand speed. Been a terrific.
Palomino holding Duran against the ropes, with honors about even on the inside. Now it's Duran taking the play away again. Palomino let go to unleash a barrage.
Okay, that brings us to the end of part 2. In part 3, we'll look at how opponents countered Duran's lead forearm control. Thanks for watching.